I'm here to say, face get checked like TSA. This is a PSA. Sports in my blood like DNA. We grinding for the chip like Frito-Lay. And I'm gon' let you know if he don't play. I promise this show will never be a bore. Checking out talent from Sea Keys to North Shore. All the way to North Shore. It'll never be a gimmick. Was at Aldine, now I'm at Nimitz. Kings in the city, we gon' need to wear a crown. You can bet us now, we the livest in H-Town. So while you tipping in your slab or your Chevy, or you chilling in your house, get your popcorn ready. Get your popcorn ready. I'm having visions of Bentley. Friday just put me in a football frenzy. They ain't all we do. We cover basketball, tennis, and baseball. We do it all. This is time well spent. It's 7 o'clock, so it's time to vent.
Hello. How's it going, everyone? Happy Tuesday. It's 7 o'clock in the 8, y'all, and it's time to vent. I'm your host, Gentre Williams, joined by Darrian and Valsin. We have a great show coming for you.
Where that audience come from?
We got the audience in the back there. Our producer showing out the sound effects. I like it. We got a great show coming for you guys today, man. We're going to introduce the 8 division in 8 days. We're going to start off with the was joined by, like, he's going to take that starting spot. Darrian, I know that's your ball club, man. How you feeling about James? Was joined by. Hello. Oh, there we go. I can hear it in the back there. We do apologize for the sound delay there. We just got everything fixed up.
Live recording, man.
Hey, this is live at 7 o'clock. We was talking about Jameis Winston, kind of winning a starting job in a sense last night. Just Darrian, that's your ball club. What's some of your takeaways from the Saints win?
Well, looking at Jameis Winston and how he performed, I wasn't surprised that he was going to. Okay, that's better because I heard myself echoing.
Hey, Mama just say hello, guys. Hey, how you doing, Mama?
Hey, Miss Joyce.
Thank you for tuning in, Mama.
We started a little awkward, but we're going to finish strong. You talked about it. Me looking at Jameis,
right?
The performance he had, particularly those 2 big touchdown throws. I mean, Sean Payton said that it was a battle and it was going to be a competition, but in his heart of hearts, I know that he felt that Jameis was the guy.
Right.
I think he just needed a reason to finally give him the job and see if Jameis could really perform when it was time to perform. So Jameis is probably going to be the starter, even though Sean Payton's still being petty with him. Because from what I've seen in practice today, the Saints had Taysom running the first team reps.
With Taysom Hill?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was running the first team reps. So.
Like, I know we were talking about a little bit yesterday, man. Do you feel like these coaches, they just really don't want these defensive coordinators zeroing in on one guy?
No, I don't think that.
Right.
Like for Sean Payton, here's the thing. I don't think it's that. I think he's just being petty with the media. He's just like playing games and stuff like that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to, give it out too soon.
Right.
You understand who's the best. You know the answer.
Jameis Winston was the number 1 overall pick, man. He's
just the better quarterback. There's not one picks that I wouldn't want anywhere near the Saints right now. So, I think from a talent standpoint, he gives the Saints the best chance to win.
Yes.
Obviously, that big arm and the things that he brings to that offense that Sean Payton could really have fun with his creativity as a play caller. So, it's Jameis' job to lose, but we still got to pretend like it's a competition, so it's whatever.
I understand, but there's no competition on the Jacksonville Jaguars side. Trevor Lawrence, he's head and shoulders going to be the starting guy, but watching that game, there was a play, the left tackle, man, he just got ran to smooth over, man. Like, if they don't block for Trevor Lawrence, he's going to turn out a lot like Andrew Luck. That division is going to be real bad with the Texans and Jaguars. The Titans are going to walk away with that division, but if you're Jacksonville, if you're Urban Meyer, you really got to kind of talk to your offensive coordinator to find something more comfortable for Trevor Lawrence.
Well, it's here's the thing. It's a process for Trevor Lawrence because he's just making a jump to the pro league. But we also need to keep in mind that Urban Meyer's he's making the jump to the pro league. So he still has some things he has to learn as a pro coach.
Right.
He was a great college football coach. It's still going to be an adjustment in the transition.
Right.
Because looking back on recent history, excuse me.
Oh, you good with that?
Oh Lord, the phlegm just hit me, man.
It's all good.
But looking back on recent history, when you talk about college coaches who have made the jump to the pros,
right?
It hasn't been that good.
No, it hasn't.
Even the great Nick Saban had to come to the pros, and he kind of got humbled a little bit.
Yeah,
running right back down to Tuscaloosa. So, I hope the best for Trevor Lawrence, but he definitely has an uphill battle because he's going to have to learn the NFL way. Plus, he's going to have to, find his way where the coach is also finding his way. So
he's going to find his way without a starting running back. Breaking news coming out of Jacksonville: Travis Etienne is going to miss at least 12 weeks, and man, he could be out for the rest of the season. Some people are saying that's a huge loss for Jacksonville. They was already depleted on offense. It's going to be tough for them to win multiple games, man. That's I
didn't have them winning multiple games anyway. But Travis Etienne. Proud of Louisiana. He made that comment when he got recruited. He said he was going to the real Death Valley. So, but there ain't no hard feelings there. I hope he does well.
Right.
I hope he has a speedy recovery because they're going to, the Jaguars, they're a young team, so
right.
You want to get those reps in. You want to get the chemistry with the guys, And I along with Trevor Lawrence, I know that he's another person that they want to build around.
Right.
Kind of have that.
He was a first-round pick.
Exactly. So, it's definitely a tough loss for him, definitely.
And moving on, as again, we are going to debut the A division in 8 days starting today. I don't know if the audio caught it. We're going to start today with the NFC South, the Saints picking up the win, and we're going to segue really into the Saints, Darrian. I know that's your team. I'll let you start off. What's your season predictions for the Saints moving forward?
Well, from what I looked at yesterday, and I when we did the show, we did the recording, and I got home, probably about a majority of the fourth quarter was still left. So I didn't get to see as much, so I had to look and watch some of the highlights. But they look good, man. Jameis, he had a spectacular moments, had the 2 amazing catches to Marquez Callaway, who I was telling
yes,
he was going to make a jump as long as he stayed healthy. And the offense was the offense, and the defense was even better because, not granted, rookie quarterback is,
yeah, they had their way with that offensive line.
But I'm not going to take too much stock in it because at the end of the day, it's Jacksonville. So it's not like I'm going to sit here and go Super Bowl now. I made a prediction, and I don't know how other Saints fans, I don't know if they watched it, but I said 7 wins.
7 wins?
I did. I said 7 wins because I felt that even with the weapons and everything going on with the Saints, James is coming in because he's going to be the perimeter starter.
Right.
So it still was going to be an adjustment. I do have them losing a couple. I think they're going to have a situation where we had in 2016 where the Saints finished 7-9, but they lost a lot of games at the last minute and last second. They were tough competitive games. They were competitive in the games for most of the way.
Right.
But it was like maybe 1 or 2 mistakes. And I think that might be the issue with James because, he's still adjusting and he's still young and he still has a reputation of having a turnover or 2. So
right.
I'm looking at 2022 as their year.
Are you saying this year is kind of like a building year and next year is when they kind of take that next step forward?
Yeah, exactly. And we were talking about it off air. The example I used was the Green Bay Packers.
Yes, with Aaron Rodgers' first year.
For people who don't remember, in 2007, the Green Bay Packers with Brett Favre, that was Brett Favre's last season, the Green Bay Packers went to the NFC Championship game. They were one game away from going back to the Super Bowl. If anybody remembers, until the Favre interception, I think it was to, I want to say Corey Webster.
I can't remember.
It doesn't matter, but they're one game from going to the Super Bowl.
Right.
They brought back pretty much all their talent from the next season, except for Favre. He retired, and that's when Aaron Rodgers stepped in. Aaron Rodgers still, he had amazing talent. He had plenty of talent.
Right.
Had been under the system.
That's when Randall Cobb and all them boys were young.
No, Randall Cobb wasn't there yet.
Okay.
Randall Cobb.
Greg Jennings now. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, Greg Jennings and Donald Driver.
Right.
Donald Driver was near the end at that point, but Aaron Rodgers still had a lot of talent, but he still had to step in. Still a team that had a lot of talent around it as well, but he was a young guy. He was in, he had to learn his way, still made some mistakes here and there, and they ended up going 6-10.
Right.
It was the next year, from there on, they kept improving and became a great team, eventually leading to the Super Bowl a couple years later. So I see the Saints having that same arc where, there's talent there, but the inexperience, and you might have those 1 or 2, 3 games where it's competitive, but a mistake here and there, and, it's an L. So that's why I'm going to, I'm going to put that benchmark, 7-10.
7-10. That's pretty good. That's right around where a lot of Vegas odds and everyone has them. I have a little bit more higher expectations for the New Orleans Saints. I got 11-6. I'm big on Jameis. He's been starting in the NFL for like 3, 4, almost 5 years now.
He's been in there a while.
He's been in there a while, so it's not like he's a rookie quarterback. And Sean Payton, as good as anyone, does a great job of play calling around the strengths of his quarterback. Yeah. So a guy like Jameis Winston last night, who for the first time since 2016, he do like a 55-yard pass or something like that. And that was the longest pass completed since in like 7 years. Yeah. So he's going to bring that explosiveness back to the Saints offense. I think they're going to get cheap touchdowns. They're going to have like 1 or 2 play drives here and there. With Drew Brees, there wasn't so much of that. It was 10 to 12 play drives. Right. I think Jameis Winston, he could do like a 4 or 5 play drive. Get the offense, get some quick points, and I can see the Saints really making a strong run, probably capturing that 6th or 7th playoff seed, and being a very formidable team in the playoffs.
Well, for our sakes, I hope you're right. I'll take what your prediction is. But I'm a fan, but based on stuff I've seen, that's part of being a fan. It's following your team, having an understanding of the roster and everything going on.
Right.
So that's just my prediction. I hope I'm wrong. Maybe if they pleasantly surprise me, then I'm all for it.
They could. They won the last 4 years of the 4 straight division titles, right? And they've dominated this division. I just don't see them fading away. And with Carolina and Atlanta really being kind of in a rebuilding spot, I think the Saints, they're gonna shock some people. I think they're gonna come out week 1. I got them winning at Green Bay, winning at Carolina. They're probably going to take a loss against New England, but I got them coming out firing, 5-1. Been one of the hottest teams in the league before they hit the bye week.
No, once again, we talked about this too. Out of those first 5 games, because they have their bye week in week 6.
Right.
Now, out of the first 5, I said the only losable one was Green Bay.
Green Bay. That's what a lot of people have.
I think they are winnable games, but once again, I think with the inexperience or just the transition of having a new quarterback there, you might make a mistake or two. So. Maybe I'm. I can see your prediction. I can understand. I can go with that.
They did very well in that draft. They picked up Peyton Turner, another edge rusher out of University of Houston, local product. He's going to add to that very already solid defensive line with guys like Marcus Davenport, Cam Jordan. Right. They're going to be very formidable. They already got a great secondary, great linebacking crew. They're going to make a very strong run, and I got them finishing 2nd in the NFC South, but making the playoff wild card.
Well, I don't have to guess who you have first. So.
Well, it's pretty, obvious. They returning all the starters, but we're going to save that team for last. Coming up next in the NFC South, we're going to talk about the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, they did a lot this offseason. They went out and got Sam Darnold, Sean Payton, as good as anyone does. Sorry about the audio issues there.
That's a masterpiece of a show today.
They got Sam Darnold. They lost Curtis Samuel. They getting back Christian McCaffrey. They drafted Chuba Hubbard. They had a big offseason. I don't see Sam Darnold putting them over the top. Teddy Bridgewater, there's not that much of a difference between those 2 guys in my opinion. I think you kind of really went out and got the same guy if you're Carolina. I see another 7-10 season, but be on the lookout for guys like Brian Burns and Jeremy Chin on that defensive side for the Carolina Panthers. Those guys are superstar athletes, and they can make an instant impact against a lot of good teams this year.
Yeah, I would have to agree. No.
You good? You need me to get some water?
No, I mean, something going on with it. I'm good, though. But yeah, going back to Carolina, I'd have to agree. The biggest question is going to be Sam Darnold and how he figures into the offense. Robbie Anderson, Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore at the wide receiver positions. 2 good receivers. I personally don't see them as legit number 1s, but speaking on the collective terms, altogether, it's a pretty good wide receiver core.
Oh yeah, talented.
Christian McCaffrey, depends on his health.
Marshall, they didn't get a young cat from LSU.
Oh, Terrace Marshall.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he also figures in, so he he'll definitely find his way.
Right.
So altogether, their wide receiver core is pretty good, pretty solid, I think. Christian McCaffrey, obviously, one of the stars in the league. We're going to see how his health holds up.
I think that's Chuba Hubbard's going to be real big for them.
Chuba Hubbard, well, yeah, he needs somebody behind him.
Right.
He needs help because I've always been of the belief that even with the franchise running back, you need somebody there to take those carries away because the workhorse running back to me has become outdated and you can't do it
now. Yeah. And now you got 17 games. Now?
Exactly. It's soon to be 20. Yeah, I mean, I guarantee.
Yeah, they're gonna get there
within the next 15 years. We'll be at 20 games.
I know this is gonna get a little bit off subject real quick, but if they go to 20 games, when they have to expand a roster, I mean, the owners, I know they're trying to pocket this money, right, by getting these extra games, but you're not gonna be able to play 20 games with a 53-man roster. It's just not gonna happen. There's gonna be way too many injuries.
I agree.
You know what I mean? You're gonna have to expand the roster size to maybe, I don't know, 60, 65, and then you could probably have to expand the cap. So I know these owners looking to add more games for more revenue, but you're going to have to, in my opinion, start paying for more players and more roster spots.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time, but they want more games. So the whole issue, because I think they expanded it somewhat when they went to 17 games because they expanded the preseason rosters.
Yes.
So that's kind of like the little toy that dangle in front of the players union to kind of negotiate towards those 20 games. So yeah, we're gonna get a larger roster, but with the more games or without the more games, you still need another running back.
Right.
Especially in their case with Christian McCaffrey, who's so valuable to what you guys do that you can get him select carries. He's going to be effective even when he has a smaller workload because he's that effective. But once his health goes down, your season goes down because we've seen that with them the last couple of years.
I remember you made a tweet on your Twitter to bring it up.
Oh, man.
You was like, you rather have Alvin Kamara over Christian McCaffrey for. You said something along the lines of, you guys are going to run him down or something like that.
Yeah, it was. I know what you're talking about, but because that was just another issue of fans going back and forth.
Right.
Carolina fans, because there's this ongoing debate about
Kamara and
McCaffrey, who's better.
Crazy good.
Yeah, they're both great running backs. And I just simply say it because the argument was about numbers. And if you look at the numbers, McCaffrey had some better enough, but a lot of it was on amount of carries.
Right. And more usage.
Yeah, and the people like the Panthers fans on McCaffrey's side talk about, well, Kamara never had a 1,000-yard rushing season. Well, he doesn't need one because he has like 80 catch seasons because we also use him in the passing game just as much as in the running game. So he's going to
have a longer career.
Exactly, and that's when I made the point of if Carolina Panthers want to claim that they have the better running back, I will gladly keep the slightly worse one because the slightly worse one ain't going to get ran early into returement. That was my tweet.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Yeah. It wasn't word for word, but it was something along the lines. So, yeah, I mean, it all depends on how McCaffrey's body holds up.
Right.
Their success is going to be based on that.
Very, very true. And also, like I mentioned, their defense. I really like some of the defensive players that they picked up. And we're going to keep moving along with this division, man. We're doing the NFC South today. Tomorrow or Thursday, our next show, we're going to move on to the AFC South.
Right. That should be funny.
Man, the AFC South, that's probably going to be real quick.
It's going to be a whole lot of negativity on that.
I don't even. Man. Now we got the Atlanta Falcons.
Speaking of negativity.
Oh, I know you can't wait for this one, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just not a big believer in the Falcons this year, man. I got them at 5-12. They got a tough schedule, man. At first, I was like, you know what? They might come out starting off high. They got a veteran quarterback. They drafted Kyle Pitts, the young rookie tight end out of Florida. They got Calvin Ridley, who is going to be a number one option. We talked about him on the show. Yeah. I don't know how he's going to react to being double teamed. Right. He's going to see a lot of different coverages this year. I just don't see the Falcons really making too much noise. And then defensively, they're a problem, man. They can't stop a nose boost.
When you say they're a problem, you don't mean that in their favor. That's their problem. They're not a problem for everybody else. And that's been the case for a couple of years now. They're just the stupidest,
man,
the dumbest secondary I've ever seen in my life. Desmond Trufant was their number one cornerback, and that dude was just a constant, just hilarity. Keanu Neal, I mean,
he's good.
He was good, but
he's with the Cowboys now, right?
Yeah, he
can hit,
but because he's stupid. he has no real like he's cognitively deficient. Like,
man,
I mean, Have you ever tried it? Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. The playoff game, the last playoff game they've ever played, or the most recent playoff game when they played the Eagles.
Right.
I still laugh. What is it?
He just tried.
No, the producer's trying to get some screen time. But the last play, don't ruin my. I'm trying to clown the Falcons, man. You up here ruining it for me. But the last play, the last playoff game that they played, the most recent one when they played the Eagles, and I still remember when Keanu Neal tried to catch an interception with his knees.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
hold on, I'm gonna have to get down pull.
Yeah. If we could pull that up, hey, producers, gentlemen, Keanu Neal, Keanu, and then Neal, Neal,
tries to catch
and go. I'm trying to see what
he
the
catches
name
an interception with his knee.
Interception attempt against Eagles.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, if we could get that on the screen.
And of course, he's now a Cowboy. That fits very perfectly.
Fits the bill.
He fits that team very nicely.
Hey, but you know what? And I don't want to cast too much disparity.
He was a Pro Bowl player.
Yeah, he was a Pro Bowl player, but he had his moments.
Right.
So and really, it really has nothing to do with because it's supposed to be a preview of the Falcons. But I just figured that because we're gonna talk about the Falcons, I might say some stuff that just funny as hell to me still to this day.
28-3. That's.
Oh, well, no, we could do a whole episode on that one, too.
They got a new head coach. They hired Arthur Smith from the Titans. He's more of an offensive guy.
Yeah.
I thought they was doing decent offense. I don't think they needed any help offense. I was thinking, in that division, you got to start stopping people, but I don't know. They love offense in Atlanta. They always try to put on a show, but I have a 5-12 projection for them. They're going to be picking in the top 5 again this year. And hopefully, not hopefully, but if they draft right this time, they'll draft Matt Ryan's replacement for the future.
They should have drafted his replacement this year.
That's what I thought they was going to do.
Justin Fields sitting there right there.
Right there.
And he decided to take
Atlanta,
the nice little
hometown kid. That's Atlanta.
Ain't my decision. I don't get paid for them. So, good luck to them.
They got Kyle Pitts.
What you saying, 5-12?
Yeah, I got 5-12.
That's about right.
And remember, it is a 17-game season this year, so that's why we're adding an extra game.
I'd add extra loss. 4-13 is my pick.
4-13?
Why not?
Man.
But I don't like them.
Yeah,
so,
I know you.
I enjoyed that, man. That might have been my favorite part of this segment.
And I always see you going back and forth as Falcons fans. I think that'd be hilarious on Twitter.
I mean, they got the audacity, man. Like, really, y'all talking trash now?
Man,
because it's easy. Because like when any other fan base deals with them, it's easy to bring them to 28-3.
Yeah.
But you see, following the Falcons for so long, there's other stuff from bottom that people don't talk about. Like most people don't know that before the 28-3, they once blew a 17-point lead to Colin Kaepernick in the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game at home.
Wow, I forgot all about that.
Yeah. They also scored 2 points in the playoff game against the New York Giants.
I remember last year they blew a lot of games late.
Oh, the Dallas game?
Yeah, the Dallas game.
When they had the onside kick and about 4 or 5 of them were just sitting there looking at it.
Man, I
didn't know what a football was, just sitting there. But I'm telling you, a lot of them got CTE on that team, man. Them boys brain damage over there. Yeah, ain't nothing to joke about, but
I know it's nothing to joke about.
It's cause for concern. That's the Falcons for you. It's a joke up there.
Oh man, Atlanta, I gotta get it together, man.
Yeah, shout out to Terry Fontenot though. He was working the Saints front office for a while, so now he's their GM now.
Oh, so they might turn it around if they got the Saints GM who been doing.
Nah, he's sabotaging them. We still got him on payroll. I know Gail Benson got him on payroll. Keep up the good work, Terry. We love it, man.
Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to move on to the defending, last but not least, the defending Super Bowl champs. Somehow, some way, they return all 22 starters from that Super Bowl team.
Mm-hmm.
That's never been done in the Super Bowl era, man. Usually, like I said, when the salary cap hit, the guys want to get paid. Everyone splits up, but they was able to keep everybody intact. I got them going 13-4. I got them losing week 3 at Los Angeles Rams. I got them losing right before their bye week to you guys, the Saints. I also got them losing to the Buffalo Bills at home and also the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins, I'm telling people, man, that's going to be a very scary team for a lot of teams.
Right.
A lot of people go walking there thinking they got an easy dub against Miami. Miami go give a lot of people some problems.
Defensively, they're really good. I like Miami's defense. Going towards the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What you said? 13-4.
13-4.
Okay, I gotta bring a printer to my house. You done printed out the schedule and everything. I'm so unprepared.
Nah,
it's all good. But yeah, bringing back all 22 starters. It's an unprecedented thing. we talk about Tom Brady. We talk about him all day. Success and all that.
6 wins.
Their receiving core, probably the best in the NFL between Godwin, Brown, Mike Evans, and then you got Gronk at that tight end position. The running game still very underrated between Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette. But Leonard could have easily had that Super Bowl MVP. He was just as important offensively for that playoff run as Tom Brady was or Gronk was.
You brought this up one time. Most of Tom Brady's Super Bowl runs has been very dependent on the run game.
Yeah, run game and defense. It's simple things. That's what Bill Belichick had bases. And it's funny because think about Tom Brady's his greatest Super Bowl performance was the one against Philadelphia. He threw for about 530 yards. They lost that game to Nick Foles. Exactly. Right. So defensively and running the football, that's what got Tampa Bay the Super Bowl ring, and they bring that back again this year. So you got to think that they're going to be the top of the NFC South. So I could agree with that.
They haven't won a division since 2007. This could be their first time winning a division, but I keep saying, I wouldn't count the Saints out, and the Carolina Panthers to me are like the wild card team. They have so much talent on the outside and on the perimeter, and they have a good pass rush that they might slip up and win 3 or 4 games that we don't expect them to win, and then all of a sudden they could be a wild card team.
Yeah, they could slip up and win some games they weren't supposed to win, but also lose some games they ain't supposed to lose.
Yeah, they one of them type teams.
One of them type teams. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about with that one. I agree.
It goes, they're gonna teeter-totter and
So what are your? Because I guess now that we already did everything. So you saying what are you Saints and Bucks or
I got Bucks first, Saints second, Panthers third, and then Falcons last.
Okay, all right. So I got Bucks, Saints, Panthers, North Shore High School.
There you go.
University of Texas at Corpus Christi, UT San Antonio, then the Falcons. That's it.
Why you gotta do the Falcons like?
I don't care for them. I mean, what they gonna do?
Nah, I remember the Falcons. My favorite time with the Falcons was when Michael Vick was there, man. After Michael Vick dipped off, I can't.
But the Saints were still competitive against them during that time too.
Yeah, they were.
I think you knew this, right? You remember the quarterback we had before Drew, Aaron Brooks?
Yeah, Aaron Brooks.
That was his cousin. Not many people knew that.
Michael Vick was his cousin?
Yeah, they're cousins.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So,
wow. Learn something new every day. And we're going to move on. And again, this is the event. We would love for you guys to chime in, to comment down below. Let us know how you feeling about the topic conversation. Yesterday we had your dad. He was getting on me about the Tennessee Titans. Because I had him. I went back. I was like, I probably did have him a little bit too high.
Yeah, think about it for a second. Listen, so you probably I got an influence on everybody, man.
Yes,
but he watching too. So a matter of fact, him and shout out to my uncle, his older brother. He says he's watching as well.
Shout out.
How you doing, Kisei?
To my sister Tammy, Jessica, my wife, everyone tuning in. Shout out to everyone. All much love. Very appreciated. Yeah. And we're going to move on here, talk a little bit about the NBA. LeBron James was getting on 2K about the ratings. I know this is something that me and you really aren't too big about, but I went back and checked. LeBron, KD, Steph, and Giannis, all 96. To me, that just felt like 2K was just kind of being, like, not lazy, but, like, scared to just put one guy as the best player in the game.
Right.
Like, just either KD or Giannis or LeBron, whoever, just say this is the best player in the game and be okay with it. Don't just passive aggressively put everyone at 96. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, that 96 rating. But they kind of took the route that everybody else is taking because as of right now, the best player in the world debate is kind of up in the air because
I don't think it is.
I mean, here's what I mean by that. Yeah. I think everybody has their
opinion.
Their opinion, and it's for the first time in a long time. It's different, right? Because it used to be the consensus was it's LeBron. LeBron's the best player in the world right now, but there's legitimate arguments.
Age is catching up to him.
Yeah, but Father Time is undefeated.
Facts.
But now we have, because me personally, I think Kevin Durant is the best player in the world. Same. Or you got people who still think Steph is the best player in the world. Once again, it's none of us.
Yeah, so, right.
But and you had Giannis with his performance in the finals. There's people who now say that he might be the best guy.
Some people feel like Luka. Not me. I'm not one of them. Trust me.
I'm not one of them. I don't know where you got that one from. I ain't talking to them people. I haven't had a conversation with them yet.
The NBA, I think the NBA is really trying to push these international players. I think there's a more of a bigger game plan going on with the NBA.
Right.
I know Michael Jordan made it a very global game, but I think the NBA is really trying to push because you got Giannis, like I said, winning the championship, Jokic and Luka winning the past couple of MVPs.
Wait, who?
The Joker.
Oh, I thought you said yogurt. I was like, I don't have him on no roster.
Yeah,
But
Nikola Jokic, he won MVP last year?
Yeah, this year.
And then you got guys like Luka and Giannis. I think the NBA is really trying to push those foreign guys out in the forefront, get more foreign people watching the game, and grow the game globally with like international superstars.
Well, I see what you're saying, but I think that the NBA is globally regardless.
Right.
I think we're just seeing I'm trying to put it in words here. I think we have more better international players because the game is, the game
grown.
catching up.
Right.
It's so global, and we've had time for a whole generation of younger players from out of the country to appreciate the game, be influenced by the game, and mature their games and become, superstars in the NBA now. But we've always had like overseas guys. I mean,
like Dirk and
Dragan
Petrovic and
the who?
Dragan
Petrovic. Oh, wow, I didn't know. Yeah, you know what?
He was nice, man.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about. I think Reggie Miller said that's like the greatest shooter
one
he
of the
ever
better shooters ever, man.
Yeah, well, and then of course Hakeem.
Yep.
Or it's a whole bunch of international players over there. But I will say that this is like the first time in a long time we've had this many international players sitting at the top rank.
Yeah, and that S tier.
Yeah, and that higher tier.
Right.
So, but I mean, it's fun for the league. I mean, it only enhances the game because we've always had international fans. The NBA has always been an international game. But now those countries, Greece or I forgot what country Jokic is from.
Not Slovenia.
No, he's not Slovenian. No, that's Luka, who's Slovenian.
I forgot Jokic.
Is he Russian? He sound Russian.
Nikola Jokic? I don't know.
Maybe well, whatever European country he stems from.
Right.
So it's always helpful to have those guys so those fans have some.
I'm going to say Yao Ming. Yao Ming was big.
Yao Ming, of course.
Man,
yeah.
He really grew the market in China for the NBA.
One of the more bigger markets of the NBA outside the United States, the Chinese market. And Yao Ming still a legendary figure in China and here.
He's an ambassador over there.
Exactly, yeah. One of the great ambassadors. So, it's always great to have those guys who are figureheads for those countries because those countries have really someone to look up to, and it only takes more interest in the game because those guys are there.
Right. It grows the interest from the game across the world.
I was fumbling my words. I don't know what's going on.
No, you're good, bro.
I'm coughing and I'm fumbling my words, my thoughts. I don't know.
You're doing great, man.
I'm good though.
And we was talking about 2K, and we're also going to be launching our esports channel here very soon. Comment down below what some games you would like to see us play. We're going to try to bring back some of the throwbacks. NFL Street, NBA Street Volume 2, Madden 07.
Pac-Man Adventures. Super Mario Brothers. What?
Pac-Man.
We got some older people watching, man.
I never.
They don't know those games. Our parents don't. They talk about NFL Street and stuff. My one don't know what that is. My daddy don't know what that is.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Pac-Man, ping pong. What's another old one?
NFL Blitz. Remember that one?
That's still That's still
my
out
dad
there.
used to play NFL Blitz all the time.
Your dad used to play?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, Tecmo Bowl. Me and my dad played Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah.
My dad used to kill me on that, man. He used to kill me on it. Because we had I had a Sega Genesis and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Tecmo Bowl would be another one. NBA Jam.
NBA Jam's live.
Yeah. So, it all depends on what we're going to bring in. I'm not sure. We still early in the development stage.
We're still early in the development stage, but we're going to try to, bring more content to you guys, esports.
Right.
Like I said, any games that you guys feel that you would like us to see us play, just tag it down below, and we'll have it.
Mama said Frogger.
Frogger, man.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's
I remember
Frogger. Old school stuff, man. You gotta
get down with Frogger.
Do you even know you play?
That's the one when you cross the road, right?
Yeah, you got to cross the road, and then you can't get run over.
And then sometimes you gotta cross with the logs or whatever.
Yeah. Because you cross the stream sometime. That you couldn't release a game like that nowadays. The animal rights people, they don't like that.
For real?
Yeah.
Is that big of a deal?
Yeah, it is that. Yeah, it's that big a deal. Yeah, they be knocking over their damn microphones too here and that, man. Yeah, you like games on that's like stuff like the Duck Hunter. Remember Duck Hunter on those old Nintendo games?
No
yeah, you can't do those no more. They don't like
it was like I don't know, but I get it. I get it.
I get it, but it's still ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But
yeah, we're gonna see if we can get these games going. The retro stuff and the not so retro stuff, the stuff that's retro to us.
Right.
2000s games. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned, and also we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna continue with the 8 divisions in 8 days.
Mm-hmm.
Also, starting September 1st, we're gonna have a new show coming out with Bob Slovak. We have so much coming here live on Maxx Sports TV. Just stay tuned. This weekend we got basketball as well, and also I want to segue because I was talking to you. You text me, what was it, Monday or Tuesday? But today's Tuesday. Well, you text me about the ACC, Big 12. Who is it? ACC, Pac-12, Big
ACC,
10.
Pac-12.
They all
Big
having
10
like an alliance, and they're all going to start playing each other. Is that more of a reaction to the SEC? It has to be. The SEC is getting to Oklahoma and Texas.
I said that, yeah.
Do you really see the college football coming this North versus South kind of Civil War type deal?
I predicted it.
Yeah, you did predict it.
I mean, it was only a matter of time when those when the Texas and Oklahoma decided they was going to join with the SEC because said the SEC is just going to eat college football up because you have all these, not just a larger number of schools, but the big name schools. That's a lot of money you bring. Texas and Oklahoma, and then you got Florida State and Clemson want to join
eventually.
It's only a matter of time. So
it's in 2025 they're going to try to do that.
Yeah. So we always know in college football they're going to find a way or loophole to do it sooner than later.
Facts.
So,
I'm talking about Crash.
Yeah, mine talking about Galley. Now we just getting retro. Okay, ladies, y'all don't have to go through your whole catalog. We know. So, yeah, we're gonna write all the ideas down. We still in development stages.
Yes.
But what we going on?
We were talking about the ACC and all them colliding conferences.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just a matter of time. From what I understand, I don't think they're doing just call themselves one super conference and I think it's a scheduling thing.
Yeah,
they're going to be more like an interest.
ACC, like how remember how Big Ten and ACC used to do it for like college basketball?
Yeah,
or like
Big
Michigan
Ten,
State
challenge,
will play Duke and all that. I mean, they'll do it like they'll switch it out every 3-4 years.
And looking back on it, they should have been did that.
I agree.
Really, they should have been did that. It's but it took the SEC damn near invading half of the country for them to finally realize, hey, we need to start playing these other big schools. It's only better for the game of college football and for the TV money. So, we'll see how that goes.
We'll definitely see how that goes, man. And we're going to kind of stick a little bit with not college football, but the NBA.
Right.
This is kind of just off the top, man. I wanted to, we were talking about the 2K ratings. I was thinking, like, I wonder who's Darrian's top, 5 players that are in the league. If you could give me your top 5 NBA players.
Why you want to do that?
Well, because we was talking about the 2K ratings and how they had, like, Durant 96, Curry 96, and...
Oh, man, I got to think again.
I know you got Durant 1.
Okay, yeah, I got
Durant 1, probably LeBron 2.
Yeah, LeBron's 2. Okay, Durant 1, LeBron 2. I'm not trying to start no arguments here. I probably put Kawhi 3.
Holy crap.
Yeah. I don't know.
I get you, though.
I have an affinity. I've always said I'm always going to be for the players who play well on both ends of the court.
Availability is ability.
And availability. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just talking about, when he's there, when he's on his game, I would say Kawhi, and then I would go Steph, and so you just grunting all that stuff. I already know it's going to be some arguments. And then I would go, okay, so I got KD, LeBron,
Kawhi,
Steph.
I get this is a good top 5. It's good.
Okay. You ain't got to appease me, man. I'm good. I'm a big boy. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. But I'm going to go at 5. I'm gonna go ahead and say Giannis.
I'll
go ahead and say Giannis.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and then kind of teetering on the outside would be AD and Harden.
AD and Harden on the outside.
Kind of looking, and then Luka somewhere in there.
Luka. I agree with you on 1 and Kevin Durant.
Okay,
I'm with you there. I think now he's established himself as the best player in the league. He's 1 shoe shots too big from knocking off Milwaukee there in the Eastern Conference. Was it semis or finals? Semifinals, and they probably have been cutting down the nets. And number 2, I'm gonna go with Giannis. I know.
Okay.
I'm not saying LeBron is. I think LeBron's going to take a couple steps back this year, and
Okay.
I know it seems like LeBron. He's just been so great for so long, and it's hard to say that. But last year I started to see Fall of Time start to knock at the door for LeBron. Like, it's coming. He didn't have that same lift. He couldn't just blow by guys he used to. But he's still going to be a superstar in the NBA.
Yeah, and get to your point before you get to the next one. That was a great point you made about LeBron, because looking at the playoffs, the way it ended.
Yes.
Like, I don't know.
He didn't.
Yeah. You know what I'm.
He didn't seem like.
It didn't feel like a LeBron carrying type thing.
Exactly.
When AD went down, it just felt like there was nothing he can do about. And I understand the Suns are a great team, but I don't know. And I know people talk about the Lakers beyond AD and LeBron are not. Not as deep, but even that, did it not feel to you like a LeBron in the past years could have found a way to will himself in that Lakers Suns series? It could have been a lot more competitive in those games.
This is my one thing I have not against LeBron, but I think this is the one area LeBron kind of struggles with.
Go ahead.
And he got lucky. Steph kind of changed the game with the 3-point shot.
Right.
Not I won't say lucky, but it benefited LeBron, and I'll tell you why. Steph kind of took the big man out the paint. If you look at LeBron and some of his struggles in the postseason against those great Spurs teams, even against Golden State with Draymond Green, kind of playing a rim protector, when there's a guy waiting on LeBron at Dwight Howard, Kevin Garnett,
right.
When there's a guy waiting for LeBron at the rim, he's not as effective in the playoffs. So he's still a great player. He still does his thing.
Right.
It took him a little while to beat that Pistons team as well.
Right.
So I just feel like with DeAndre Ayton and the Suns really having the guys at their, being able to protect the rim, LeBron struggled with that.
Okay.
But because of Steph, revolutionized the game with the 3-point shot, got more big men standing outside in the paint, and now LeBron, he could just get a switch and get a big man trying to guard him and bring the big man out, and they just open up the lane for LeBron. But Phoenix kept the big man down low, and that kind of gave LeBron some trouble.
No, I didn't think of that, but yeah, I see what you're talking about there. Yeah, that's true. So you saying that had it not been for Ayton, that he probably would?
Yeah. I think
it was about matchups in that series.
Right. Ayton is not getting enough credit for that Phoenix Suns run. When he was like outplayed by Giannis in the finals, that's when Phoenix really struggled.
Yeah, because there was nothing you can do about it. There was nothing Chris Paul could do, nothing Devin.
He was just too big for everybody.
Yeah,
Giannis
too big, too fast, too athletic. The wingspan. That's why. You asked if you had talked to me in the first round and asked me, I wouldn't have put Giannis there. But he took care of business when he had to take care of business.
He showed me a lot last year.
So
man, that 50-point performance was crazy.
That's why I put him in. So.
And at number 4 might seem like a homer pick, and I know a lot of people in Houston don't agree with this, but I still would go with James Harden.
That ain't a homer. He don't play here no more.
Well, I feel like his time in Houston, he carried the Rockets for 8 years. Every single year Harden has been in the NBA, he's made the playoffs. Every single year. Before he got... No.
Did they make it his rookie year?
Yes.
OKC?
His first year he got drafted in OKC is the year that Oklahoma City went to the playoffs.
No.
Yes.
You sure?
Yes, I'm positive.
20. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because they lost in the first round to the Lakers.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. James Harden has... I know it seems like an irrelevant stat, but his entire career... He's gotten his teams to the postseason. I know he's in Brooklyn now. He got guys like Kyrie and Kevin Durant to take the load off him. But there was a point in the season where like 20, 30 game stretch where Harden didn't have no help. Really, those guys was out with injuries, and he still carried that Brooklyn Nets team to a pretty good, decent record. And he looked like an MVP like he always is.
Right.
And I just think he doesn't get enough credit for like being able to galvanize teams and make long playoff runs.
Well, I agree. We talked about this yesterday. Where James Harden separates himself with a lot of players is his ability. Well, just his play style is conducive to for everybody to get involved.
Right.
He's a very willing passer. He doesn't get enough credit for the playmaker that he is because he's just so known for scoring,
right,
which he does well as well. But the thing with me and Harden, I said the sometimes the shooting slump, the stretches, the 2 for 19 3-point games, or it gets a little too repetitive with the step back shots and
he does
shot selection, and it gets a little bit annoying at times.
It does.
But all the things that you said was absolutely valid as well. So I understand. That's why he was right on side. I could switch out my 5 with him, and
Right. He's one of those. It's like a week to week basis with some of the NBA players. 1 week.
Yeah. It's a fluid situation. Just that's what a real fat bald dude on TNT say. I got my Charles Barkley shot in. Yeah, I just wanted to get that in.
Hey, you get it in once a week on Charles.
Every time. I'm not letting up.
And coming in at number 5, man, is out of Steph and Kyrie and Dame for me. They all kind of tied, in my opinion.
No, you can't do that. You gonna have to make 5, buddy.
I'm gonna go with.
Hey, man, I stuck to my conviction. you can't. I was the one who got knocked with this out of nowhere. You the one that had time to think about it. You better come up with a 5, man.
I'm gonna go Dame.
Dame?
I'm gonna go Dame. Of
all the people you said when I was, I get it though. I get it.
Dame, he's had a good run in Portland.
So wait a minute, you didn't have Curry in your 5?
No.
All right.
My thing with Curry is I feel like it's more of a pairing with Clay. Him and Clay are great together.
And we talked about that too because we talked about how me and you see eye to eye on this ridiculous notion of people talk about Steph's gravity, which obviously having Steph is going to make you a better team. But it was the collection of stars on the Warriors, particularly him and Clay. That duo was what changed basketball. So I mean, we agree on that front. I'm not. But in terms of him and Dame, I
just feel like they're interchangeable. I feel like if you put Dame on the Warriors are still the same. I don't see no difference in the play. I just think, Steph played with, Steve Kerr and Klay Thompson, and so he got the rings and got Kevin Durant, so he gets more notoriety than Dame. As basketball players, I think Dame is just as good as Steph is.
Well,
just watching. That's
your opinion. You have every right to it, sir. I'm not here to change your mind.
It's all good, man.
Yes,
and moving on to some more topics, man. Yesterday I was watching the Saints and the Jaguars, and there was a catch that Marquez Callaway had made, and he was early on the train of Marquez Callaway. What were some of the things that you seen in Marquez Callaway for, because you've seen him before the rest of the country did? Like, this is my first time watching Callaway, and I was like, man, Darrian was right about him, number 1 from the Saints.
Once again, when you're a fan of a team, you have a little more intel than a lot of people who are casual viewers. So that's why, I have my opinions on Saints, and then we're going to talk about other teams and divisions. But I can't really argue with a person who's a fan who follows the team, because nobody's going to know more about their team than you, because you watch the games, you follow the preseason games, follow the news, might even watch a couple of clips of practice or two, read the reports from beat writers. And Marquez Callaway was a guy who I said Traquan Smith as well, but I said that the biggest factor towards Traquan Smith as well as Marquez Callaway was them staying healthy. That was the biggest issue, because that was the issue last year. Because up until the injury issues, Marquez Callaway was having a pretty good rookie season, and they were primarily using him as a return guy. And he was doing really well. I'm not surprised. He's developed another year. He made those 2 spectacular touchdowns.
Man, that was some heck of them. There was some good balls thrown by Jameis as well.
Oh yeah. I mean,
perfect.
Absolutely, especially the one over the top to
on the left side.
Yeah. Well, no. You talking about the one on the sideline? Yeah. But the first one when he caught it over to the.
Oh yeah. That was.
People was like, "Well, that was a bad throw." He actually, to me.
Nah, that was a.
Yeah, he read that perfect.
Dime.
Exactly. He threw that right where Marquez could make the play on it. Marquez made the play. Credit to him. So I liked what I seen from him. I've always, I've been of the opinion that with national writers, when they talk about the Saints, particularly a wide receiving core, besides from Michael Thomas, they
man, I didn't even get to that for the Saints. That's a big loss.
It's a big loss, but I think we can find a way to manage. I don't know what kind of Michael Thomas is going to be. He's going to be when he comes back, because it's an ankle injury, so he's going to be dealing with your mobility a lot. So how he cuts or how he runs his routes.
Should they try to make a trade for our receiver?
Would you consider that? I don't know. It depends on what the market is.
Let's say Baker and Odell just doesn't have it going. It can, because there's been rumors about that.
Yeah, I'd take Odell. I mean, if it proves he can stay healthy, because he had injury issues as well. But there's still a couple of guys on the free agent market they could probably get. I don't think it's that big of an issue. I don't. I mean, I think the Saints, and I've been of the opinion, they've got to stick to the running game. The running game has to be your bread and butter, because I think they're set there with Alvin Kamara, Latavius Murray, and the guy that I told you about, Tony Jones Jr. from Notre Dame.
He's good.
He from what I heard, Sean Payton really likes him, and he's talking about him being possibly running back number 2. I don't see that
over Murray.
No, I mean he trying to
He trying to
pick up his confidence. But Murray, to me, he's too important, particularly in pass protection, because he had a play against Jacksonville in that game last night where he absolutely picked up that blitz.
The linebacker that came up. Yeah, I seen that.
And he's been doing that.
Right.
He's an amazing blocker in the backfield. But a big guy that he is, that definitely helps. It's like another lineman back there. So the Saints have to be run oriented to me if they're going to be successful. So. Go ahead, bro.
No, I was going to ask, like, with Alvin Kamara, running him a little bit more. I noticed I was going through his highlights. He doesn't really take too many big hits. He's like slippery almost. Like his balance is like that's crazy.
That's something he works on.
He doesn't take I see linebackers trying to come up and just like nail him, but like
his balance is
like crazy.
He does like a bunch of videos and clips of his trainer during the offseason. That's one of the things he works on, his balance. He had like crazy videos when he's on like a medicine ball. Yeah, he's just balancing and stuff.
If you guys could pull up Alvin Kamara training videos, man, you guys could watch it. He's sitting there balancing on one leg, throwing the ball, then he'll be balancing on the right. Like, come on,
and it translates well on the field.
It does.
It really helps. So
it'd be interesting because once guys see something that it works, you start seeing other players add it to their game. You know what I mean? Remember when Dirk had that nice little run, he used to always do a little fadeaway with his kick out leg or whatever.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you see all the players in the NBA pick it up. Alvin Kamara,
Kamara.
Training videos.
We gotta do the producer's job today, ain't that something?
Nah,
I'm playing, George. But that's one of the things he's always worked on because and I've seen when we were talking about the clip for the top 100 players, and I was watching his clip.
He's number 12, right?
Well, 14.
14.
And the players who were talking on his clip, that's what they were saying. His balance is probably the best of anybody in the league, because he works on it so diligently, and it really helps because, he's able to make plays that most running backs just can't because he's able to stay on his feet through all kinds of crazy contact. Not just through one player, but like maybe two or three trying to hit him. He's still able to find his footing. So,
It's crazy. He had that one Minnesota game was a great example where he had like this 6 touchdowns, man. Like they just could not get him on the ground.
Exactly. Or the the one everybody loves, the one against Green Bay. The sideline play.
That was crazy. He made like 4 or 5 guys miss.
My favorite, because I got it as my screensaver, the one when he played when they played against Seattle, and old dude was trying to grab him by the shirt, and he like dragged him like 10, 15 yards. But that's the things you get when you got Alvin Kamara, because he's just is amazing. He's an alien, man.
He's an alien. And Mr. Stanley Valsin, Darrian, he just reached out. He said, "What are my thoughts on Jamar Chase?"
Well, that depends on what you're talking about, because we didn't talk about this before the show, but
they giving these rookie receivers a little bad rep. I mean, he had 3 drops.
Right.
He did.
Right.
But I'm not too concerned about it with Jamar Chase. I know a lot of people in Cincinnati are kind of getting antsy about it. They kind of feel like, from what I'm reading, they kind of feel like they should have went with Penei Sewell, and because they needed help on the offensive line. But they've been saying that since the draft. But Jamar Chase, him and Joe Burrow, they have a chemistry. It's going to take a little time, and people got to remember Jamar Chase didn't play football for like a whole year. And he's going from working out in street clothes every day to being covered by NFL cornerbacks. So just be patient. All the fans out there in Cincinnati, be patient with Jamar Chase. He's gonna have a special career.
Yeah, I agree. I said I don't mean to be negative, because we like to have fun on this show, but apparently there was a story. No, not really a story. A tweet that came out. I don't know the young lady. I guess she was involved. She claims she's the mother of his child, or soon-to-be-born child. Claimed that Jamar Chase might have been violent with her.
Oh, dang.
So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he's talking about it. I don't think he is, because it would have made me.
About that one.
Yeah. So that's not a very good look on Jamar's part.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah. So we'll see when the facts come out.
Yeah, when the facts come out, we'll definitely have more of a take on that situation. That's breaking news for me.
I'd seen that earlier today. I guess I just forgot when we were talking about the rundown of the show, because we were talking about the divisions, but. Yeah, that's really disappointing if that's true.
Right, that's tough, man.
Don't really help, because LSU products. Man, we kind of had a bad rap with Darius Geis and his foolishness and crazy stuff he was doing.
He was gonna be
But he couldn't stay healthy though.
Yeah, I mean,
he couldn't stay healthy.
Something with that Redskins. I mean, Washington football team training.
Well, no, let me just say that had nothing to do. He was just crazy as hell because he was doing some wild stuff when he was at LSU too. So
have you heard about this news with Dak, bro?
What
They saying this dude can't throw past 50. All training camp, he has not thrown a pass over 15 yards. They saying it's like they're having people from like the Rangers and Astros come look at his shoulder. They think he really messed something up in that shoulder. They think it's like a baseball related, not baseball related, but it's like the same injury that baseball pitchers get.
like rotator cuff.
Yeah,
How much is he making again? How much they signed him for?
I know. I don't. He got a bag.
Yeah, it don't really
he got a
matter.
bag. It was like 40-something million a year.
He got a lot of money than I would have gave him. I'd have sent his ass on the Walker Papers. First string smoking out of Dallas.
What? You would have got rid of Dak?
I mean, if he was asking for that, if his agent came up to me and asked for it, I was like, no, we'll draft somebody.
He was doing pretty good.
For what? They were still losing.
They were still losing. I get where you're coming from.
I'm not. And you know what's funny? Because when he was a rookie, I was a big fan of him.
I was too.
I thought people were really
I think that's what I'm still holding on to in a sense.
Yeah, but now I'm like, you know what? Even though he's putting up big numbers, but it's still like his numbers. I don't know. Maybe it was because of the defense. But yeah, I'm not on Dak right now in terms of, especially with the money he's making. So hopefully for his sake, it's not too serious because, yeah, the Cowboys really paid a heavy price for him.
Yeah, they paid a lot of money for him.
Yeah.
And I thought it was very interesting when he was going through the little contract dispute because most of the games that they won with Zeke. You know what I mean? Running the rock with Zeke, it's 4-5 yard, runs and him running a little play action, hitting guys over the top. It was never really Dak just throwing 50 times and then winning the ball game.
Right.
And I just found it very interesting that they paid him all that money and made him their franchise quarterback. When you had a guy like, Tom Brady out there and
now you starting to see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I just I'm not saying I wouldn't have brought him back. Let me not go to that extreme. I understand he was their quarterback, he was their guy. But I would have let the negotiations go a little bit longer until him and his agent got that number down. But I'm all for the players getting their money, so more power to them.
We still got another 5 minutes. One thing I want to quickly touch on is the AFC South because I really don't think that's going to be too much of a. I just feel like this.
Well, but you're not staying in spirit with the segment, Trey. Now you can't just be jumping into the.
Well, I'm just
put the next episode, sir.
I'm gonna just put it like this.
We don't need spoils for you. Trying to do spoilers, promos?
What spoiler are we getting with the AFC
I don't
South?
know. That's what I'm trying to find out, man.
What spoiler? Like the Jaguars are terrible. The Texans are beyond terrible.
What you want to spend the next 20, 30 minutes talking about Carson Wentz and Ryan Tannehill?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
okay, I get it.
I'm gonna just put it like this.
But we got to stay to the game though.
The Tennessee Titans right now start the season guaranteed 4-0. They're guaranteed right now. The Tennessee Titans are 4-0.
Right.
They're going to win twice against Jacksonville, and they got 2 wins against Houston. Matter of fact, they're 5-1.
5-1.
Because they're probably going to split with Indianapolis.
Okay. Right.
I doubt that.
Well, it depends on what Carson Wentz they get.
It don't matter really.
I agree.
Not with the coach. The fact that they lost Quentin Nelson, he was a big part of that run game.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor's a special back, but without Quentin Nelson up front, I know they still got Kelly, one of the better centers. They still got 2 good tackles, but I just that was a big loss for the Colts.
Yeah, it's gonna be bleak on Thursday.
I think that's when we're gonna do a throwback Thursday. We're gonna probably pop in the system, probably play some Frogger, play some Galaxy.
Anything better than talking about Carson Wentz or just that division in general. I'll play anything.
That might be the worst division.
I'll play some Minesweeper, some Solitaire, or something like that. But we're gonna talk about it.
That's the worst division in football, and it's not even close. Matter of fact, if we're gonna talk about this division, who's gonna be this year's division MVP of the NFC South? MVP.
The NFC South?
MVP, yeah.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Kamara?
I'm going to go with Kamara.
I like that.
Even though I gave Kamara not top 5 running backs. I'm
going to go outside of the Saints. I'm not going to be a homer. I'm just going to say, well, never mind. That's still a homer.
Fournette?
No, Devin White.
Yeah. I knew he was going to LSU somewhere.
Okay, who's the rookie? Best rookie of the NFC South.
Okay, you got the Bucks. No,
not really. I got one.
Who? Who you got? Kyle Pitts. That's.
Well, he better do. He's going.
Yeah,
to
he was the number 4 pick. Like he has to be.
You have to throw him at least 80 balls.
Then you traded Julio, so
yes, there's even more. So he better be. But I like J.C. Horn.
Oh, from
South Carolina. That was a good pick, man.
That was a really good
I know
pick.
that the Saints probably was going to move up to get him.
A lot of people wanted J.C. Horn.
But yeah, J.C. Horn, he's definitely. I think he might be the rookie.
That was a really good pick for Carolina. They got a really good roster. They just, I don't know what.
There's a lot of questions around it. That's the only issue. Yeah.
Everybody keep taking these USC quarterbacks get time and time again, but keep proving everyone wrong.
I've been saying for years, 15 years and counting. So
who would you say is your defensive player of the year for the NFC South?
Devin White.
No.
Well, he could be the MVP and the defensive player. So I can go with the big offensive guy?
Yeah, no, you good. You right.
Well, no, okay, all right. Well, no. I'm gonna stick to it. Okay, offensive guy, I would agree with it. It'd be probably Kamara.
Right.
And then defense is Devin White. And then all around MVP would probably be Devin.
I agree. I like that take, man. I really do.
Right.
Defensive MVP, I'm gonna go with Burns out of Carolina Panthers. I think he's probably gonna lead that division in sacks.
Okay.
I don't know if they separate sacks like that. I don't know, but if I had to pick a guy to lead the NFC South in sacks, I'll go with Brian Burns, the edge rusher for Carolina. He's a Pro Bowl last year. He's came out of Florida State, and he's been tearing up the league since he stepped foot for Carolina.
Okay. All right.
So that'll be my defensive player of the year.
Who's your rookie?
Defensive rookie of the year?
Well, I mean, rookie period.
Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
I mean, that's just the only rookie I could see making an instant impact in that division off the top of my head.
So you got Kamara
MVP.
Burns. And then Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
Okay, that's cool. All right, that's the NFC South.
And that's the NFC South, guys. And that's going to do it for today's show. Again, I want to say thank you so much to everyone tuning in live, man. We appreciate all the love and support. Everyone commenting down below, interacting with the show. We couldn't do this without you guys as well, man. That's what makes the show special. Gentre Williams, Darrian Valsin, we signing out. We'll see you guys next time. You guys have a great night. Peace and love, everyone. We out.